you know, even when, well, we're not idle here, but remember when we're idle, it was at 1 and whatnot, even just idling along, it was higher load down. So Oracle is definitely maintaining and tuning the system up and making it better as you go along. And that's sort of an example of that being better. By the way, we will make the PowerPoint available to everyone, so if you want to look through these screens at your leisure, you'll have time to do that. James will give you it. You can download it from our website.
Or you can have Brian's cell phone number and give him a call whenever you want.
So we've talked about a lot of different things, and Cloud Creek Systems as a service offers the capability for you to try it out. We have an ODA and Exadata, and we perform what we call a POV, proof of value, for both systems. And the method that we do this, just like Jason, and I described Jason Sunoco of CallSource, is we want to get a copy of your database. We'll load it up into the 11G R2 environment. If it's non-Oracle, we'll load that up also. We have methodologies of bringing non-Oracle databases into the Oracle environment. We want you to give, 5 to 10 pretty hefty processes that cause you a lot of heartburn. We want you to give those to you. We want you to give the statistics that run currently on your system also. We're going to take that, we're going to load it on the ODA, and we're going to run those systems, In the case of ODA, there's some 11GR2 tuning we may do. There's some specific things in 11GR2 that we can do. In the case of Exadata, there's Exadata, specific to Exadata, things that we can do to have your SQL, your processes run faster. I'll give you another example. We saw Jason's example with the ODA. I'll give you another example related to a customer down in Carlsbad. Last year, they loaded their data on the Exadata, and they ran a nightly process. This nightly process was basically data warehouse operations. They have a SQL CRM system that collected data all day, sales data. They needed to change that data in summarized reports overnight, and they had 500-600 storefronts throughout North America that they had to provide daily reports to. Their processing came to a point where they couldn't process the data overnight, so they they changed that process to break it up into regional processes. Those didn't complete overnight, so they couldn't get those reports out to their storefronts in an overnight process. So we took their database, about 1 terabyte of data. We took that process and the process that they broke up into 4 pieces and ran them on Exadata. What they couldn't run overnight, and they had a 6-node Oracle rack system that they were running on.
With Infinity.
Within a very high-speed interconnect between the disk subsystems and the servers. They couldn't finish overnight. We were finishing in 15 minutes. Just to give you an idea of the processing power and difference of an Oracle Exadata system and a non-Oracle Exadata system. Things they couldn't do overnight were being done in 15 minutes. A very, very dramatic difference in processing power. They subsequently bought 3 Exadatas and are in the process of implementing all 3 of those. And again, to solve that problem. We ran through the POV with them, very similar to what we did for Jason. Load the data up, we execute the SQL, we tune it a little bit. We allow you to come into the system. You can either come to our offices in Westlake Village and sit in our conference room and run tests against it, or you can remotely VPN into our system and run these systems. We give you, if you come in remotely, we have a workstation set up with SQL Developer, SQL Plus, an SSH client that you can log into the system, look at the systems yourself. Most likely we're going to rebuild it, so if you do a little damage, it's not a problem. And then at the end, we summarize and get your opinion to see if this makes sense. All this we can do in about a week or so time frame, depending on your schedule. We can get it usually up and running in a day or so. So, you know, again, giving us the data, giving us the sequels, we can execute these things pretty quickly. And again, you can test drive it yourself. In fact, today we're running a test drive for a customer. They were test driving while we were running those demos. So,
The PeopleSoft?
yeah. Now, and it's funny, they, in that case, were running PeopleSoft. They brought over a server and a big NetApp appliance with a bunch of VMs on it, and they're running all their applications with NetState. So again, we have some flexibility in terms of how to test this out.
Yeah, because just another note is that some customer will go, well, I can run the same test when I call Oracle. The thing is, the NDA process is probably going to take you a month. Oracle will not sign any NDA, they'll pick that thing apart.
Yeah.
Right, Steve? And second, when you want to load up the truck and try to, and take it up to Menlo Park, which is Northern California, they don't have one here locally in Southern California.
Right.
You have to load up the truck with your server, and Oracle has to approve for you to connect to their Exadata machine. And sometimes they just go, screw it, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
And in addition to that, they don't have an ODA system that they do this with. It's only Exadata.
Yeah.
And where, if you're interested, we can run both. Again, just like Jason had the call service. We can run an Exadata POV and an ODA POV concurrently. You can look at both. So again, there's a lot of flexibility in us running those kinds of projects for you. So we've talked about a lot of things. Primarily a single focused product from Oracle today. The ODA. I spent very little time talking about us because the important topic is this ODA. Just a couple of things about us. I founded the company back in 1996. Back then in 95, 96 time frame, I was doing some work for the California State University system. I'm actually an application developer by trade. I've built lots of systems for the entertainment industry, financial industry, the facilities management industry. All of these things I spent a lot of time building code for. And I thought it was really cool that the California State University system wanted me to work on their system. And then they came to me late in '95 and said, gee, we really want to rebuild the whole thing in Oracle. And I thought that was just great. So I incorporated Cloud Creek Systems in January 1996, became an Oracle business partner back then, and primarily with a focus of Oracle technology only. You may see a lot of partners in the Oracle ecosystem, and their roots could come from different places now, right? Could come from the Sun hardware side, could come from WebLogic. Our heart and soul has always been the Oracle database technology. And that's where we came from. We've got 275, maybe 300 clients now. A couple thousand projects that we've done. The California State University system is still a customer today. We still work for them. So we have a very, very high repeat ratio in terms of customers. If we do one project for somebody, we generally do multiple projects. They re-engage us for future things. Oracle, every year at Oracle Open World, gives awards out to their partners. It's called a Titan Award. We were nominated twice and won it twice. We're 2 for 2 for Oracle's Titan Award. Now, you might say, well, what's the big deal with that? Well, when you see who actually generally wins these awards, like Accenture, IBM Global Services, Deloitte, all of these very, very large multinational consulting companies, then you see a company, a regional company like us, 25 consultants, kind of a West Coast presence, win a Titan Award. We think it's a big deal. And then you see the number of applicants who actually, get nominated for this process. It's a pretty big deal. So we're pretty proud of that fact that we won it twice. And then in 2009, we actually, Oracle started a global award system, and we won the first global award for Mid-Market Partner of the again, very, very pleased with that and very, very proud that we won that. So again, we have a very, very Oracle technology-centric service offering. Been doing it for quite a long time, and you know, I don't mind stating this at all that we probably have some of the best DBAs, in North America. And again, last note is, if you're interested in looking at the ODA and giving it a test drive, we can make that happen.
Yeah, the eval for ODA and with exit data is free.
Okay, this is the last screen. After that, we can take questions or comments or discussions. And I'm just going to leave this about the system. Very, very simple. Again, my junior DBA, 2 months out of school, installed it and got it going in 2 hours. Very affordable with that sub-capacity licensing and a $50K price tag. Completely engineered system. And the most important thing that I haven't really touched on, but I think it's very, very important, it's one vendor you're dealing with, one CSI number you're dealing with. One call can handle everything from the BIOS on up. And again, very, very low operating expense related to it. Yeah, and that's sort of my formal presentation. If you want to engage in some questions or comments. So.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
So when they install, you only install one database, one name database,
It installs a database for you. You can add more.
or you can add more?
Oh,
So you
absolutely.
can have run 3 or 4 different
Absolutely.
databases
In
the
fact,
same
all of our
office.
customers are doing that.
Okay.
You can subsequently do a normal Oracle database install, you know, the what is it? DBCA? Yeah.
DBCA, yeah.
But uses the same software?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so one software home.
You can have multiple homes too. You
Okay.
can install a second home. There's, you know, again, a lot of people may want a second home for patching and whatnot. Not a problem. You got to think of it now as an Oracle Linux database system, 11GR2.
Okay.
You just have to run 11GR2, have to run an enterprise, an Oracle Enterprise Linux version 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the request coming from SAP, they require multiple homes, multiple instances.
Yeah.
And we are supporting on this one just about now.
Yeah, because like if you run e-business, for example, you might want one box for prod,
Right,
but I have 3 or 4 non-prods.
Yep.
But I don't want to buy 3 or 4 extra machines.
No,
no,
Just
no.
one.
Not a
one
problem.
other
Yeah,
machine.
you can run multiple databases on it, and everybody's doing it.
Okay.
Okay, everybody that we sold one to has got multiple databases, multiple homes, and all that.
multiple instances.
One other note, and I don't know if I touched on this, is that a lot of people run agents for maybe a backup agent or some other monitoring software, other enterprise manager. Oracle is certifying these agents for ODA. It's that engineer group. And they realize that people are going to run non-Oracle software on it. So they are certifying agents, the most common agents you might see out there, to run on this. And again, you got to think that this is an appliance and we don't want to run other things on it. I mean, you're not going to run an FTP server on it. You're not going to run a mail server, Apache website on it. But you can run these agents on it. And they are getting certified, and it is a Linux system that you can run other things on. So just a note. I get asked that quite a bit. So
We actually open up the agent, which used to be, we have a listing of a certified agent, like HP Backup, EMC, Kanban, all those are typical networks, and network, those are backup agents. We certify, we're going to publish the best practice that you can use, kind of stuff. Now they're going to that point, say, we're going to standardize whatever agent that work with 11R2, the database, and then we'll work on this one as well. This is standard database, nothing customized, we just add these things together, packaging it differently on this one.
yep.
So whatever is certified on the NGR2 works.
How does like the end of life look like for this? Say you run soft 5 years, you're looking at moving on to the next version. Are you just pulling out servers in the back end and swapping in new servers?
No, it's probably going to be new. It's a new
Complete,
Yeah.
complete whole new rack.
So there's a question kind of
Stephen,
going,
I
I can answer a little bit. This box is just in the market 6 months. We sold about over 7,000 worldwide, and it's a very hot product line. Second half this year, we're going to have iteration because again, we are using Intel chip. Whatever Intel come on latest, greatest, we're going to adopt it. So the roadmap today, if you want to sign NDA with us, we can show you what is next version coming out looks like, the performance. Brian can get, help you guys do the testing. We coming out second half this year, the second generation hardware on this box as well.
I was thinking like if the parts are interchangeable, that you would carry some of it over
Right.
and reduce some of the overhead costs.
So, because depends on Intel chipset. If Intel chipset is compatible, 2-generation compatible, they have the tip-top version, then we will compatible because we just pull out the box. But if the Intel chip is non-compatible, which is they require multiple everything requirement changes, then we change it properly. It depends on their chipset.
Just say you buy a database appliance, your expansion, storage,
Right.
you may buy a couple of racks of those.
Right.
You're not gonna necessarily want to just say,
No. If you have all your data outside the system, like NAS systems, you just take your server, that nothing changes, and you still go through NFS and through the 10 giggies and to the system.
In this ODA, like a lot of these SAN and NAS have snapshot technologies, you shut down database snap, you do your outage. Does this have similar capability?
No.
What is the recommended way to, like if you're gonna do a major change application upgrade, what is the?
RMAN?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's backup.
normal RMAN backups, or you could do cold backups, maybe, again, if you,
Just copy.
yeah.
We also support like a DR, like a Datacom and Golden Gate, also Oracle application. You strip the redo log to a different server and like a top,
Yeah, I mean, those things are standard with 11GR2 database, so, again, anything capable in 11GR2 database like DataGuard and Golden Gate, as Steven mentioned, are totally capable in this environment. So you could set up a DR site just like you would in your normal, database. You talk about, snapping. The ZFS appliance has snapping capabilities. So if you use that as a device onto this that has snapping capabilities. Some architecture to implement it and how you implement it, but it does have that capability. So.
Does Exadata have the snapshot technology as well?
No. This is why a lot of our customer, when they purchase Exadata, they also purchase a ZFS storage. But Exadata, you can expand. There's an expansion pack if you need more storage capacity.
Exadata is a little bit different. Brian kind of mentioned the storage is intelligent storage. It has a processing power itself, so that's different. ZFS is like a NetApps is outside to NFS. We're building all the snapshot, everything in that version, part of that. I don't know anybody here running Solaris. Any some customers? That's a discussion internally thinking about moving to Solaris. Once we've done that, they will have snapshot capability in the box.
Yeah. It seems that about a month or so ago, I was at a meeting at Redwood Shores, partner meeting, and they were talking about offering Solaris on the ODA system as an option. And they're doing that with Exadata now. I think you can get Solaris on Exadata.
Exactly. Today, Exadata can do that. Absolutely. So if you sign NDA, I can give you full blown what's coming out, what's the deadline. Otherwise, I will be tied to talk about this. Oracle typically doesn't want to talk about future. They current. We are current.
Yeah, they've seen IBM get in too much trouble now.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember when I first started Oracle in the early 2000s, and I think specifically they told me is that you do not announce a release date.
Right.
You can give approximate quarter, you can't talk about release date.
So there's a 2-level NDA to sign. First is a feature, product feature. If you want to get to the release date and pricing, you have to do the next level of signing. So I just want to add one thing here.
hold on a second. So, question about a license or license. If after 5 years I get a new box, appliance, how the license transfer?
Yeah, 100%.
100% migration.
No.
The license again.
No, don't have to worry about the licensing. So, and like for example, like Jason here at CallSource, he migrated 100% of his license into this ODA box. He spent $0 on new Oracle licenses.
Yep.
So we all know this, that just one processor of Oracle Enterprise Edition is the same price as the ODA box.
Undiscounted.
Yeah, on discount, list price. Yeah, list price.
Yeah, it's
Well, you guys get the best discount.
whatever license you currently have is the seamless transfer over this one. So I just want to add one, I came from Sun Acquisition, I was Sun 14 years, with Oracle 2 years. The reason Oracle purchased Sun, Larry said upfront, he wanted to build iPod. iPod is integrated software, hardware, everything together, you're just using the function of it. So you see right now, it come out a suite of product. We continue doing that. We just released, they call it big data. We started doing the data mining to the social networking, Twitters, all those, entertainment media stuff. So this is a trend Oracle going forward to do this integrated solution, not just hardware, not software, integrate together. So there's a company direction going. That's Larry push us to go other directions. So
And
this
that is absolutely it. And, I don't know how many people use, an iPod or, an iPhone or, Mac. I've got a MacBook, laptop.
Brian just recently all Appled out because
Yeah,
before he used
I totally bought
BlackBerry
it.
and IBM, and right
But,
now it's iPhone, iPod, iPad.
Yeah, personally, for me, these devices have worked seamlessly because it's a completely engineered system. I'm not getting hardware from one person and software from another person. I'm getting it all from the same source. So it all works together. Very, very smoothly. And that's the same concept here. Another thing added to it, and Stephen, again, from the hardware side, you can probably go a little deeper than this, but at the same meeting I was at a month or so ago, there was one of the chip engineers. Really, this guy was really deep into the engineering of the Spark chip. Now this is not built on Spark technology, but to give you an idea of direction of where Oracle is taking their hardware, software engineered systems, he described a situation where he wanted to engineer more technology into the chip prior to the acquisition and couldn't do it. There's no way, antitrust laws would prevent him from doing that, okay? Oracle couldn't release him the information and Sun couldn't obtain the information. Now, he walks across the cubicle, talks to the software engineer and says, hey, if I do this, this, and this to the chip, will it run faster? He goes, oh yeah, it'll run a lot faster. And he described this in much more eloquent manner than I am. But the net is, now that we've married the two together, to run an Oracle database on Oracle hardware will be 3 to 4x faster than the competitor because they're engineering the two together. If you're running, big red stack systems today, it will be to your benefit to be looking at the hardware because they're engineering these things together. So, and this is just the beginning. We're at the beginning stages of this technology.
About hardware and software support. So you said before, for hardware and software support, it goes straight to Oracle, is that correct?
Yeah.
So if we have, for instance, if we have hardware issues, like a hard drive goes bad, does that go straight through Oracle or does it go through Concrete?
No.
It goes to
Actually, it goes right through Oracle, and I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Jason had a hard drive fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened? A hard drive shows up in the mail
Before
before they knew it was a problem. And they're calling us saying, why do we have a hard drive showing up for our OTA system? Because it needs to be replaced. It failed. And
on a Saturday. They
Yeah.
shipped it was like they noticed on Friday. The hard drive showed up on Saturday morning.
Yeah, and they're at a colo in Burbank, and so they drove to the colo, took the bad drive out, told them what drive to take out. They took the bad drive out, put the new drive in, and everything's fine. It's still
Is that all hot?
Hmm?
They take it out, put it in all hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it was they meaning Oracle talks about this technology. We talk about it. We've experienced it, and it was pretty phenomenal to see that in action. So.
just a little bit with details. So Brian, how about application management software, the bundling this ODA box? It has internal set of logical. So when the hardware going to fail, they will typically have a couple of retry, real life, fail, so a couple of retry. They set 3 times strike, they take, say, this disk is going out. So they proactively block the disk and then phone home to the Oracle My Support, and then they will ship you a hard drive. and you just plug and play. You will automatically incorporate this to the ASM and build the process on top of that, incorporate the storage to the database. So everything's hands off. Just take it out, put it in, that's it, that's all. You don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, the $15,000 is it 2-core licensing or 24 core?
So you from a hardware perspective, you get 24 cores, okay? Then you license the database software on top of that, starting off with a single core, which
Single CPU is equals to 2 cores. So with the multi-core calculation, it's 0.5 per core. So you turn on 2 at a time. And this $50,000 does not include any Oracle licensing.
Right, any software licensing. Again, hardware, operating system, application manager, and then there's
Firmware, all that other
all the other stuff
Yeah.
included in with
So I'm just trying to calculate what will be the total cost of ownership.
it.
If I have to turn on all 24 cores in the system.
Then you need 12 CPU license.
Yes.
And then, let's say, for example, you want to run partitioning and also rack, like many of our Oracle customers, and really fully taking advantage of the Oracle database appliance, you have to have those associated licenses as well. But most of the customer, I would say 80%, 90% of them, they already have
Yeah.
the license already. And they will either add a few more or just migrate altogether, that's it.
So is it 1 core, 2 threads? That's the reason you call it 2 cores or?
So it's Intel chip, 1 core, you could have run
Two
hyper-thread. But actually we want to suggest you don't turn hyper-thread because it's not truly hardware thread. It's a software thread.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a software thread, so it's much better to take the native thread, don't turn hyper-thread. We do have a multi-threaded system, different, we call spot chip. Brian just touched about that one. We have a 1 core, 8-thread hardware thread. And we can run about 1,000 threads in one
Which
server.
system is that?
We call it T4.
T4, it's the
Is it
latest.
Spark?
It's a Spark, yeah.
It's Spark.
We are benchmark against IBM P7. We kick out their performance runs. And that's a high-end we have that engineering system.
Yeah, that's called Oracle Supercluster.
Supercluster, yeah. We position that within continuous name.
Yeah, IBM has 4 threads per core.
Yeah, we have 8 threads. 8 threads per
P7s,
core. Yeah, and we're going to go in 16 core per CPU.
16 core per
Times 8. That's how you get it.
Yeah,
That's high-end.
it's becoming crazy.
Those are for like the high-end data warehouses, the people who run multiple P7s or Teradata and whatnot. That's what it's competing against.
And I believe the T4 chip does have technology in it to execute Oracle technology faster. They've engineered that into the chip now. So,
One thing I want to add is we are still early on this product because 6 months ago we released it. So we are trying to benchmark with application, Oracle E-Business Suite, JDL, or PeopleSoft, Siebels. As a one customer in Southern California, aerospace company, they run in JDL with 2,000 users on the P5 series. IBM want to upgrade them to P7. So they say, well, I want to spend this money to upgrade, might as well open up. So they invite us, one of the partners, go in there. We put an OEA box there, 50, that you see the price tag. And the IBM quote P7, you can go to P7, it's about $250,000 to start with. And we handle the 2,000 JDL with concurrent users. So probably some is lightweight, some heavy. So we're winning the benchmark right now, and right now I cannot reference this one to you, but it's an aerospace company right here. We're doing the back end replacement.
There's quite a few of them here.
Yeah.
There's only 2 things.
So, but anyway, so this box, what I'm trying to say is it's very capable. We are still getting all the performance with application, the middle tiers coming up with this box.
And like Brian said, that Oracle's really putting a lot of R&D into it, into firmware, bio, and patching coming out, and really improve the performance.
yeah, I mean, it they didn't acquire Sun to go build servers.
So this,
It wasn't the